Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, episode 23. Last time we left off, we had gotten the monorail system started. Oop, everybody's moving really quickly right now. Yeah, we had gotten the monorail system started and connected all the paths. It looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. Before I started recording the episode, I let the month of September run through because I was kind of curious how much money and ride tickets we were making. We're sitting at 5,700 right now. Which is not bad at all. Now, one thing that is important is that even though we are doing well on cash, really well on cash, it's turning into a really tricky situation to try and basically, see if I'm trying to get rid of these paths here, to try and get this $10,000. Can I? That's scenery, but I want to get rid of the path. That's right, I can't do it while the game's paused. Alright, well, screw it, I'll leave it. Yeah, so, you know, it's really difficult. That $10,000 is going to be hard, and mainly, the main reason it's going to be so difficult is because it is difficult to get that many people in your park. And we're sitting at 1,600 guests, which is really good, but we need to have probably at least 2,000 guests. I would say 2,000 guests before we actually start making some cash. I'm gonna put some vouchers out for free food and drink. Do free sub sandwiches since that's a really popular one, but not for free on a particular ride. That's the only one I'm not going to do because that's how we make all of our money. That's how we beat the game. So I need people to come spend money. It could be the pathing. Maybe the pathing just isn't good for people to get around the park and spend their money. I don't know, though. I think it looks pretty well. We've got lots of people moving around. Lots of rides that are full. I mean, you can see this. The Demon Drop over here doing really well because we lowered the price down to 80 cents, which, yeah, it's pretty rough. But it's working. People are riding the Viper right now for $7. Actually going to lower that down to $6.50. Just try to pull more people down this way. Still a popular ride. Even the observation tower here for 40 cents is pulling people in. We're sitting at 1,640 guests, so that's really all I'm focusing on right now. Still going to keep building some rides here. Still trying to hit that $10,000. It's going to be really difficult. I didn't understand or fully comprehend how difficult this challenge is going to be until I first got into it. And this is going to be really difficult. But like I said, the number one way to fix our issue is going to be by getting guests to come to the park. Now, I'm going to hire some more handymen and some more mechanics because I've got the money to do it at this point. So I'm just going to hire a bunch of them, walk around to keep the park clean, go through and get 2 more mechanics because why not? I see a bunch of rides dinging up that aren't getting repaired. 2 more security guards, and then I'm even going to hire, finally, for the first time ever, gonna hire some entertainers. What? We're going with a jungle theme, right? So panda actually makes sense. We'll stick with a panda. So I think the entertainer just helps with the overall happiness of the park. That could also help with a lot, encouraging people to spend more money, so I'm okay with that. As long as people keep spending their money, I'm totally cool. So staff wages going to be pretty pricey. I don't know, probably end up being around 12, almost maybe 1,300. Let's see, are we going to bust over 6,000? That would be great. Ooh, so close. There we go. We did it. So over 6,000. Might even get 6,500. Nope. 6,100 though. So we're getting there. Finally, I've been trying to get over that hump of $5,000 for a while now. like I said, the biggest thing we got to do is just getting more guests to the park. Now, I do want to kind of build more roller coasters, but I mentioned it before, and I'm going to mention it again. I'm going to come down here and get rid of some of the rides that are down here and bring those rides to the other side of the park. Especially because rebuilding these rides will actually make them popular again, surprisingly. Because it considers it a new ride. So I want to put another ride down here. Preferably a ride that isn't very popular over here anymore. I'm thinking the Twist. So let's do that. Let's demolish the Twist there. Get rid of the pathing for it. Kind of opens this up in here too, which I don't mind. Let me fix this real quick because that looks awful the way it is. Like that. That looks a little better. Could even really just flatten this. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, and let's get the Twist constructed down here. Trying to draw people deeper into the park. I feel like they'll spend their money a little differently if they're, you know, if I'm drawing them down to this end of the park. I'm probably just going to put it right up here on top of this hill. I think that would look really cool. In fact, here's how I'm going to do it. I've got so much money now, I don't even care how I actually do this. I'm just flattening the whole top here. Just to make it more level with what's going on down there. Okay, that'll be the entrance. The exit will come off over here in this direction. Just getting rid of these trees so I can see how I want it to. It'll probably just come off that way. So let's get the Twist out now. Like so. Entrance. Exit's going to be off to the side. Get the pathing here. This is going to be real simple for how this is going to be. Yep, I pretty much am in love with that design. Now for the exit, I don't know if there's really any way I can make this look any good. Oh, that's not bad. I can work with that. So there we go, looking at $1. Let's see if we can open this up and start drawing people down this way. Obviously, we got to go with that jungle entrance. Get that paint theme back that we had going. Well, actually, since we're allowing yellow as well, a lot of the rides will let yellow be that color. See, and already some people are jumping in and willing to pay $1 for a ride that technically is old, even though it's not old, if that makes sense. You know, it's not really that old of a ride. Because I've already had it at the park, but people are willing to pay $1 now because I've rebuilt it, and it's technically it's now considered a new ride. So only $5,700. Let's keep, nope, not vouchers for a free ride, but let's keep doing vouchers for free food or drink. Sub sandwiches for 6 weeks. Gotta keep trying to bring people to the park. And since I'm trying to get them to ride the Viper because technically the Viper brings me the most money. It's like $7, I think. I lowered it, right? $6.50 a pop. Yeah, so pretty good money. 1,765 guests. Lots of money. Sitting pretty good right now. Wouldn't be a bad idea to put up maybe some type of water ride. Summer's over here. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know what would be a good one. The swans would be terrible. that's a fact. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? I like this water coaster. I feel like this could be really popular if done correctly. And I can fit it. And can I turn it this way, actually? I can. However, obviously, the way the fence looks, that's not going to work. I would have to take the theming off, which then I don't really like the way it... I really like the theming because it did have kind of a jungle theming with that fence, but it's just not going to fit properly with it. I feel like that's too many coasters next to each other, but at the same time, like, where else? There is so many coasters, like, oh. Don't really know what to do. I think that's really the best way to set up any park, and I kind of messed that up in the beginning of the game, but the best way to set up any park seems to be to a nice combination of roller coasters with rides trickled in the middle, you know, in between. Because right now how it's turning out is I just have a bunch of roller coasters like in the park, and then like a ton of just rides piled on top of each other in the beginning. So spacing those out near the beginning would have been a good idea. Too late now. Not a big deal, though. I'm going to work on that. I'm slowly going to get rid of rides and scatter them throughout the park, so it's going to get fixed. It might just be a little tricky, but it will get fixed. That actually would be pretty cool, having it right over the golf course. I'm going to go with that. I like that a lot. I actually like that a real lot. Let's get our color scheme going. I don't know which one's which, so I just gotta guess here. Okay. Okay, I can't change the red, it looks like, so that's gonna stay, I guess. Okay, change that back to brown because that actually looks better. Like a light brown or a dark brown? Light brown. That actually technically looks better. $2. Well, as I'm building the paths, let's run a test real quick and see if I can actually get more than $2 out of that. Try and think of the best way to set this path up so that it's efficient. There we go. It's kind of okay looking. I should have changed my mind. I do want that, but I should keep it somewhat level so I don't drive myself insane. Oop. Can't. Okay, so it'll have to come out one more. Okay, this might be a little this might be a little overkill, but needless to say. There we go. I need to do the exit now. The exit's gonna be oop, I closed that out. The exit's gonna be a little bit trickier because I can't really see. I'm gonna slow the park down just for a minute. This is kind of odd, but it's really the only way it's going to fit. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. What are we looking at for this ride? 6.37 for excitement rating, a 5.78 for the intensity rating. So let's open that rate up and try to nail $4 a pop. We'll start at 4, work our way around as time goes on. I think that's going to draw a lot of guests in. Okay, 6,200 seems to be our average. We're looking at 1,900 guests right now, almost 2,000, which is actually what I needed. So I guess all this campaign running is in fact working. Let's keep maxing it out for 6 weeks. We'll do iced tea this time. Advertisement for the park. And for a particular ride, let's advertise our new Splash-tastic. The ride that just opened up. See if we can't draw a lot of people in to ride that. Alright, so we can see there's a large line for the Viper. That's very good. We've got a line for the Twist. Mechanic going up to fix it. But it's good that we got a line there. The monorail actually maintaining a line at almost every single place. Obviously, hopefully they'll space themselves out a little better. There seems to be a pretty nasty bottleneck going on right here. Because as you can see, there's very little on this end, so pretty nasty bottleneck kind of right here. But hopefully that'll work itself out. If not, I might have to change it. I'd imagine the bottleneck's getting caused by the fact that they travel very quickly because this is downhill into here, and then it takes them so long to kind of come up that they're kind of bottlenecking right here. But we'll see if that eventually gets fixed. Grab a handyman, have him sweep out and take care of the trash in this area. Then hopefully he'll take a nice stroll down this whole boardwalk and clean all of that. Other than that, though, the monorail's doing pretty good. New ride here, already getting a very long line. Okay, park value's pretty up there. Weekly profit. Got its ups and downs. But this is what we really need to watch. 6,600 for the month of June. We are almost got that 2,000 guests. I don't really know what a good number for guests is. I was guesstimating. See what I did there? I was guesstimating 2,000, but now I'm thinking to achieve the 10,000, we're probably going to need much more than 2,000. Lots of people online over here. $3.50, awesome. So that's rocking us some money. Lots of people in the space rings too. What's that for price wise? 40 cents. Can I get 50? Looks like I can get 50. Just kind of going around. Yeah, definitely increasing the... I can already see by looking at a lot of these lines that increasing the amount of guests in the park has caused these places to severely increase. 250. I want to get 250 from this. Is that possible? Okay, nobody has left yet, so 250 it is. Now we can take a look here at the escape hatch. Not doing too well. $1.40 and nobody wants to ride it. I kind of like where it is, so as much as I want to demolish it and move it, I think it's in a really cool spot. So let me lower that to $1. There we go. I see people going in now, so $1 might have been the trick. Maze is in a pretty good spot. Pirate ship's in a pretty good spot. The old timer ride kind of sucks, but people are still riding it. Bumper boats staying popular as always. We'll raise that to $1.50. 10 cents makes a difference in the long run. Fright Flight, $1. We're gonna stick to that because every time I try to lower that any less or raise it any more than $1, things got really bad really quickly. So I'm not even gonna take my chance there. Cheesy Mice has a pretty long line. Can I get $4.50 out of anybody, or are people gonna start leaving? $4.50 seems to do it. Trying to get just enough to bump over 7,000. I really want to get over 7,000. By the end of July, actually, would be amazing, but I doubt that's going to happen. All right, 5 weeks remaining on those. Yeah, 7,000 would be amazing by the end of July. I mean, we're at 15th of July now, and we're at 31, so we'd have to actually, the profits would have to increase substantially. Oop. Okay, how about 5? Will people pay $5? It looks like people will pay $5. The Viper just pushes people so quickly through that they don't even have a chance to wait in line, which is good, I guess, if you look at it like that. Mini diver, $6, about pretty much what I expect to get from that. Garden golf, $1. We'll stick with that. I think $1 is pretty generous for that ride, for miniature golfing. The twist not doing too bad at all, actually. Let's go down turbo speed here so we can get an idea for what the month of July is going to rack us in income. I'm really praying for 7,000. We're at the 25th now at 57. Okay, so sitting at $6,000. We've only got a couple days left. What are we going to end off at? Are we going to get that nice 7,000? Oh, looks like we're going to just fall short. Nope, we got it. 71. There we go. 7,100. Oh, thank goodness. That looks really good. That looks really good up there. 7,100. So $3,000 more to we achieve our goal. We're sitting at 2,070 guests, so I was actually pretty close, or almost spot on what I think I needed to really start bumping the park entrance, or the ride tickets up. I was guesstimating probably about 2,000 guests. So I'm thinking, let's see, if that's 7,000, I'm gonna say that we're gonna probably need 2,500 to 3,000 guests to achieve a ride ticket amount of $10,000 a month. I would say that's about what we're going to do. So I think the plan will be then the next couple episodes, going to keep pushing advertisement. I'm going to drop a couple more roller coasters as we get more guests coming into the park, because those guests are going to want to ride rides. I mean, as you can see, just increasing to 2,000 guests has brought the queues are back up for a lot of these rides. So hopefully going to build some more roller coasters back here, try to push people into the back part of the park, which is where I want them to be spending their money, so that way they're spending their money leaving as well. And I'll probably also set a small food court area up here as well. However, we're at the end of this episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.